Okay, so I'd like to talk about the whole situation where, for example, say a black person robs a convenience store or a store, whatever, and then whether something adequately punishes them or not, a whole bunch of people are in uproar against the black community, and then a lot of the black community says something like, we don't condone this behavior, we condemn this behavior, or he's not a part of us, and or we don't accept him. And there's a problem with that. The problem is, in a way, there is no community of any race, period, or of any demographic, because everybody's an individual. Everyone's an individual that's responsible for their actions. Therefore, nobody of a community can really speak for it. You know, whether you're outside or inside the black community or any community, you can't speak for it. Like, because everyone's an individual, and speaking for a community or being a community kind of implies collectivism. Like, oh, this community can collectively control, all of its members. It implies a form of control / collectivism and responsibility, and that doesn't really exist. The black community is not responsible for what bad black people do. Same with the white community is not responsible for what bad white people do. Same thing that, Asians aren't responsible for what the Asian community isn't responsible for bad things bad Asians do. Know why? Because no demographic is responsible for its individuals. The individuals are responsible for themselves, for the individuals. If a black person robs a store, yeah, that's crap and they should be punished accordingly, which could include deadly force. That's bad and all, but that's not something to blame the black community or demographic for, okay? That's to blame that person for. And I feel sad when some kind of community, whether it be black, white, or whatever, feels like they have to come out and apologize for what these bad people do. You don't need to apologize for what bad members of your demographic do. The bad members of your demographic, they're the ones that should be doing the apologizing. Like, if a black person robs a store, if anyone needs to apologize, it's him. Not the black community, him. Because he's the one that robbed the damn store, so he's the one who should apologize. If an apology is called for, which some people may consider robbing a store unforgivable, or depending on how you did it, they may consider that unforgivable. But whatever the case, if anyone's supposed to apologize, it's the people that did it, not the ones that didn't, not the ones that didn't, not the ones that aren't in the same demographic, not the ones that condemn the bad behavior. The person that did the crime, they're the ones who should apologize and be blamed and be punished. I mean, the black community doesn't, or any community, doesn't need to come out and say, oh, we apologize for what this guy did. He's not one of us, we don't accept him. Like, no, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to do anything in that regard. You're not the ones that robbed that store, he is. So, nobody needs to apologize for what their demographic does, because they're only responsible for themselves, their individual actions, their individuality. And, it's like the same kind of thing with white people. You don't need to apologize for fucking colonialism or imperialism or slavery. You're not the ones that did it. The people that did it are the ones that need to apologize, if anything. I mean, they can't because they're dead, but, posthumously, I guess, they need to apologize, theoretically, or whatever. And make amends for what they did, be punished, whatever. White people don't need to, whatever, people don't need to apologize for the sins of their race. White people don't need to apologize for slavery or whatever. No race needs to apologize for slavery. In fact, the black people are, at least some black people are partially responsible for slavery because they sold black slaves to the white people, or some white people, or whatever. I don't want to accidentally sound racist myself or come off as racist or be racist. I'm just saying, some black people did indeed sell some black people to some white people historically, during the transatlantic slave trade and all that crap. So it's getting kind of old to hear this old anti-white narrative along with any other racist narrative. Is it okay to find some racist narratives more annoying than others? I mean, they're all bad, but some I find more annoying than others. I mean, black people racist narrative is pretty annoying. The white people racist narrative is pretty annoying. Asians or Native American or Hispanic racial narratives, they're annoying too, but I find the black and the white one's the most annoying or something. I don't know. Maybe I hope that's not racist. I apologize if it is racist to find some racism more annoying than others or whatever, worse than others. I don't know. That's just the way I kind of see it. So, a bit of a tangent though. So a demographic does not have to apologize for what its members do because it's not responsible for its members. Those members are responsible for those members themselves, basically. Black community doesn't need to apologize for bad black people. White community doesn't need to apologize for bad white people. Hispanic community doesn't need to apologize for bad Hispanic people. Asian community doesn't need to apologize for bad Hispanic people. Native Americans don't need to apologize for bad Native Americans people. Nobody needs to apologize for their demographic because they're not the ones that did the actions. The bad people are. So I just want to get that out of the way because it's just so sad to see these people guilt-tripping themselves over nothing. It's like, it's not your fault that guy of your demographic robbed the store. That's his fault. So, yeah, I think that's what I have to say. I don't want to see these comments anymore. I know they're still gonna pop up, but regardless, I don't want to see them anymore because it's just really sad and stupid for people to guilt trip themselves. White people don't need to guilt trip themselves for slavery. Black people don't need to guilt trip themselves for crime. Nobody needs to guilt trip themselves if they didn't do it. That's the key word. Key words, key phrases. They didn't do it. The bad people that did it, they're the ones that did it. So, yeah, enough of this whole, the black community doesn't consider, or the white community doesn't, enough, okay? Because if you didn't do it, you don't have to apologize.